Let's do it.
EDC hits different after kids, Brantley. Before fatherhood, my pocket setup was all about being ready for anything. After kids, it became about being ready for everything that actually happens. Today, I've got my guy, Brantley, here. He is a father, a gear designer, fellow EDC dude, and we're going to talk about how becoming dads changed the way we carry. I'm going to go and do your intro here. If I'm missing anything, please correct me, chime in,
Oh,
and that way we can get everything in order here. For anyone who doesn't know, Brantley and the team over at BigiDesign help create some of the most carry-friendly pens, pocket tools, and everyday carry gear. And he's also a dad. And
that's right.
today's conversation is going to be about real life EDC. So not the perfect pocket dumps that we see on Instagram and Facebook or whatever it is. This is the actual daily carry that gets us through our work, kids, chaos, and everything in between.
That's it.
Brantley,
That's it. What's up,
am
dude?
I
Thanks for
missing
having me,
anything?
man. No, I think you
Yes.
nailed it. Yeah. Yep. We, we make a lot of cool EDC gear and we love titanium especially. And yeah, we're a bunch of dads. One of our company policies is you can't be a deadbeat dad to work here. So
Hey,
yeah,
there
that's a
we go. That's a legitimate policy. I
it
like it.
is like, right. It's like, go to your kids thing. We'll figure it out later. Like, just get your work done. You can do whatever you need to. Our photographer just left for the day because he's got something to do with this kid he has to go do. We're like, that's fine. Is everything done? He's like, yes. I'm like, all right, cool. So as long as you're caught
Hey,
up,
there you go.
you're good. Go do what you need to do. So I think
Family first, man.
giving people freedom, man. It's huge. So
That's
definitely helps
right.
with the culture.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're a father yourself. You got kids.
I
I got
do.
two
Yeah,
little ones.
I got two. I got a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, a second grade and
Man,
kindergarten. Really like looked at my son this morning and I was like, dude, you've grown like 2 inches in like last week. How are you like way up my chest? You're 7. He's gonna be taller than me, I think. He's
that's
just growing like a
crazy.
weed.
It's crazy but exciting.
Oh,
I
totally.
have two little ones. I got a 3 and a 1, so I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Still, dealing with diapers and poops.
Oh, but those were
Uh,
great days, man. Those are like the hindsight days that you're like, man, the days are hard. But now
yes,
going back, man, we look at videos of my daughter when she was a year old, man, and it was the best and the hardest at the same time, and so it makes it even better. Enjoy
yeah,
those days because they go by quick.
and you
Yep.
gave the same feedback as anyone else that has older kids.
Yep.
I'm embracing it. I'm learning to
Hmm.
embrace it because you can't get those back. You can't get
No,
that
you
time
can't.
back.
You can't.
So you want to make that impact now as much as possible,
Yep.
because all you'll have is the photos. Well, at least now in this day and age, we'll have the
Yeah.
photos and videos saved and whatnot. But yeah, so
Well.
Brantley, let's break this down. I want to start off with life before kids. Let's start at the
Ooh.
beginning. Before kids, what did your EDC look like? And what was your type of vibe back then when you started off?
Yeah, so I would say my EDC journey has completely changed post kids, but it wasn't because of kids, it's because of getting into the EDC industry as a career. I was always that guy that I was an EDC guy and didn't know it. And I kind of like say this a lot, like every dude is an EDC guy, whether they know it or not. And so I would always joke like with my friends, like I would poke fun of them if they didn't have a pocket knife on them. And then I was the guy that always had a pin on me. I would always say like, if you don't have a pin and a pocket knife, you're not prepared. I would tell my friends this years and years ago, like 10, 15 years ago, well before I was in this industry at all, or even really honestly knew this was an industry. I just thought this was a pocket knife was something you buy at Academy Sports or Dick's or Bass Pro, whatever. But I didn't know it went as deep as it does. I always had the phone keys wallet, but then the pen, knife. I'm a musician, so I always have guitars picks in my hand, in my pocket. So I've got I think 3 or 4 in my pocket right now. I always liked watches, and so I've pretty much always worn some sort of watch as long as I can remember, at least probably since middle school. Kind of the bare essentials, but there was no hobby attached to it at all. There was no like nerdery, I would say, before kids. I've always liked bandanas too, just because I thought I was a cowboy as a kid. So I've carried a bandana since high school. But yeah, that was more it. I had the things because I needed it, not necessarily because I thought it was cool or that there was anything else around it other than what it was.
Was that something that you kind of just carried throughout life growing up? Like, because I was a Boy Scout. So
Oh, nice.
naturally, the pocket tools that came with being a Boy Scout kind of carried along as I became an adult. Does your lineage of EDC stem back that far?
Not really. I went to one Boy Scout meeting as a kid and then never went to another one. My mom was a single mom and they tried to volunteer her for everything. The first meeting was like, oh, you're the
Yeah,
only mom here. I'm going to get you to do it. And she just didn't take me back. I was in the first grade. I didn't know anything different.
right.
Yeah, no, I didn't really have any of that. My dad lived in the middle of the woods, and so like one of my favorite things was a hatchet and a pocket knife that I would play with in the woods. I like
Nice.
worked in box retail for a while, almost 10 years, and it's like opening cardboard boxes all day long. You just have to have a pocket knife. I think just that was just born out of necessity. And the thing is, the first knife I would say like I fell in love with was a $20 Gerber. The STL 2.0 is the model, and
Wow.
it's this tiny little metal frame lock that I have always worn very tight pants, and it was so small. I mean, this sucker
Yeah,
is little. If you don't know, you'll have to look it up. It's tiny, and I would just
I got to
joke
check
that
it out.
it was skinny jeans approved. That was like the first knife that I was like, this is my knife. Like you couldn't
Yeah,
tell it was in my pocket. Like it would fit in my fifth pocket. But yeah, that was like the first one that I really like kind of fell in love with. So I think I've had three of them because I kept losing them. They don't have a pocket clip, so they would just fall out of my pocket.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into some practicalities here because you brought that up a little bit with having tools that you need, and if you don't have it, then you're not ready, right? Or you fail. There's that saying. It's like
Yeah, or you're more
if
inconvenienced.
you fail to plan, then plan to fail, right? There's
Yeah,
that
that's true.
saying that's
That's
out
true. And
there.
I'm not
So
a planner, so I need to hear that more often. So,
yeah, it's one of the things that just kind of kicked into my head right when you said that. Another thing is just a plug. Bentley does some awesome pocket dumps on the Big Eye Design YouTube. So a lot of the stuff that he's actually talking about, you'll see, and you can go and you can date back years. You'll see that he's carrying the same thing today. And, it's
oh
it's
yeah,
it's
my carry
practical.
barely changes. Yeah, it's I live in the same five things all the time. Honestly, yeah, like even back before I even knew EDC was a thing, my carry was not far off from what it is now. Maybe a couple extra things, or it's
Hmm.
more dialed in, I guess, maybe now than it ever was. I also am a partner in a big EDC company. I have thousands of pins and thousands of knives. So, like,
Yeah, an
luckily
abundance
they're
of
packed
gear, right?
they're packed up and ready for sale on bigidesign.com right now. Go check them out.
There you go. Very nice.
Yep.
Hey, so you talked about that and it curating into what it is today. So let's talk practical.
Sure.
What changed in the actual carry and how you carry now? Like what got removed, what got added maybe, what became essential that wasn't before?
Yeah, I think like stuff like that kind of goes in phases for me. Like I got really into carrying a big flashlight with me every day. Now I don't carry a flashlight on my body, but I also carry a bag pretty much everywhere I go. A lot of stuff that I've tried carrying in my pockets has been pushed into a kit in my bag. So it's
Mm,
kind of the things that like aren't the necessities. So necessities for me are a pin, of course, pin, pocket knife. I always carry a TBT slide, so a little multi-tool, a wallet, of course, a watch, bandana still, as long as I've got jeans on. If I have shorts on, I don't ever have a bandana, and that's really it. I don't carry a ton of things. I do the average person that might be a lot. It's funny, like the things that I'm carrying now, still back when 20-year-old me was carrying the same things, just much not as nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just the budget cheap version of what I have now. So
So you brought up like slice, right, and light. Were you behind the messaging behind the
right slice
handkerchief?
fix.
Right, slice, fix.
Yeah, yeah, right and slice and fixing. Yeah.
There we go. There we
Yep.
go. I was
The
like, there's a message on that freaking Hank.
yeah.
Were you behind that?
Yeah. Oh no, it's just kind of like we just kind of jokingly call that like our motto, or like we call them the pillars of EDC, just to give it a silly name. Those are like the three things that you need. Like I'll show you what I got. Like you were saying, my pocket dump, it doesn't really change. This is the baseline capped. I have been on a different pin,
Nice.
like a pin journey. Me, uh, lately, and I notice that I really like a smaller grip. And so I think you have is it a mini bolt action that you carry all the time?
No,
Is that right?
so I
What do
have
you carry? I can't remember what pin it is. You always tag us.
this is the regular bolt action. This is the
Okay.
very first Big Eye Design pen that I ever got. Actually, when I became an affiliate for you guys,
Yeah.
this is what I use that credit for is a
There
pen
you
like
go.
this and a black TPT slide. And what
Nice.
else? I think those were the two things. Like I got this and a black TPT slide.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
But the
Oh,
yeah, so
actually,
like
look at
the
this.
oh,
I got it right here.
there it is. Look at that. Oh, dude, show them if you got them, man. Look, TPT, brother.
Heck yeah.
Dude,
There we
so
go. Yeah,
this
this.
thing, so TPT slide, so a pin and a TPT slide are like two must. If I'm on the weekend, I'm wearing shorts, hanging out with my kids. I'm gonna make sure that, but when I leave the house, I'm gonna have a pin. I'm gonna have my TPT slide with me. Those two could get me through. 99% of things. So, because of course you got the utility blade on there, but then it's also got like a bottle opener and a pry tool and screwdriver. It's got a little wrench on there. I've actually changed a car battery with this thing before in a pinch. It's like these two are the things for me that if push comes to shove and I can walk out the door with two things, that's what it's going to be. Of course, I like
Yeah.
to carry a folder or a fixed blade depending on what I'm feeling that day. So, got the pocket knife too.
No.
As it's gotten colder, I've noticed I've been back into a bigger knife. I don't know what it is about cold weather that makes you want to carry a big knife.
You just bulk up in
Yeah.
general
I'm
with
wearing
carry.
layers. I got like 14 layers on because it's no degrees in Tennessee today for some reason. Right slice fix. Yeah, it's like the two or the things that kind of encompass everything that we do, I guess, as a company or a demographic, I guess you could say.
Speaking of the pillars and sort of switching lanes here to kind of talk about Big Eye Design, you work with Big Eye Design. And if
Yes.
anybody knows adaptability and modularity, that's Big Eye Design. Like right
Yeah,
slash
that's a
fix
big
just
thing
makes
for
sense,
us.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like
And
we like
so
to give people options.
absolutely. And
Yep.
there's an abundance of stuff. We'll talk about their sale at the end of this, but tying it back to you and when you became a dad, did becoming a dad influence some of the designs or value carry tools that Big Eye Design is kind of coming out nowadays?
I'm sure at some level, yes.
Yeah.
Those aren't really things, I guess, maybe it comes up in conversation when we're talking about designing things. But then again, like
Mm-hmm.
I always carry in my bag, I always have a bit bar screwdriver with 8 bits and
Mm-hmm.
a wrench. And so, like, those have actually, like, I drive a couple old, not reliable sports cars. And so, like, it's like, all right, if something hits the fan, I need to be able to get home. The bit bars actually saved me in one of my cars, I think 3 times. The fact that I had that with me saved the day multiple times. And even on my motorcycle, too. One day I was riding and one of my turn signals fell off. The way it
Mm-hmm.
was mounted, the bolt just worked its way out. With the EDC wrench, I was able to put my turn signal back on the side of the road in the middle of downtown Chattanooga. So I was like riding through traffic and I noticed my turn signal just dangling there. I'm like, what in the world? So I had to stop and fix it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's like
Look at
those,
that.
like, yeah, being like ready to fix the little things that pop up because they pop up. I guess I've been more conscious of that as a dad, even down to like when I had my first son or my only son. I drove like a 15-year-old, oh no, gosh, 18-year-old Subaru that was 270,000 miles. It would break on me like once a month, but I was like, I don't care, I'll just fix it and then move on. That's kind of how I live my life. I was like, okay, all right, I got a kid. My wife has a nice, reliable car. I do not. I'm gonna get a better car. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I ended up
That's sort of the
getting
rule,
rid of
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of the rule. Like if the wife has the good car, look at the husband's car and and this
I
little truck. My
drive my
wife has
wife's
this
hand me
nice
down,
Pilot.
the big Subaru Outback guy, because they're practical and they can do anything. So they're kind of a great EDC vehicle, honestly.
All-wheel drive.
It's all wheel drive. It drives like a car, so it gets good gas mileage.
Yep.
It's actually pretty fun to drive, but it has so much room. I can fit so much stuff in the back of this
Yeah.
car. It's ridiculous. I slept in it last week at Georgia Bushcraft. So I turned it
Wow.
into a little camper over the weekend. So it's super
Neighbor.
practical. It's like a multi-tool car is the best way to think
Yes.
about it. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
My
It's great.
neighbor
I've
had
had four
one
of them.
at my last four.
Yeah, my wife drives a 2023. This is a 2013 that she drove before we got
Yeah.
it. I've had a
Look at that.
2007 and a 2000. I've been driving them since 2012 was when I bought my
Yeah.
first one. Best $5,000 car I've ever had.
Hey, all reliable right there.
Dude,
My
yeah.
neighbor had one, and every single time, so in my apartments, he like park right next to me at the apartments, and every time I get out, I'm like, dang, this thing has a lot of space, surprisingly.
That's our family vehicle. We have with our 2 kids. The cool thing is it's kind of gear related. With the roof rack system, we have one of the wilderness editions, which is taller. But I've got like one of those big platform, like flat platforms on the roof. That's not the basket like this. It's
Yeah.
yeah. And so that, and then I have this cargo carrier that goes on the trailer hitch. And so when we go camping, I have this whole system. All my
Oh,
camping
you're
gear fits
ready.
on it. Dude, I love it. I would like nerd it out so hard when we first got it, building out like all my platforms and stuff. All
Yeah.
right, my tent's going here, and like I have a whole system. I can have it loaded up for a weekend in 20 minutes. So
Yeah. That's
yeah, it's
actually
great.
where I got into EDC. Oh, well, I started off in the overlanding scene and
Oh,
eventually
cool.
veered into EDC because I didn't know the community was a community, right? I knew obviously overlanding was its own community, but the tools and stuff that come with it once you start gear hunting, it's like, wait, there's a niche for this. And
Oh yeah,
so that's where I
that
veered
market's huge
into
too.
EDC. Yeah, it is. And I was like, oh my gosh. And that's exactly how that had transpired. But back
That's
to
awesome.
my question around Big Eye Design. So one of your guys' slogans also is about bringing innovation to folks who want to do more and carry less. Do
Correct.
you find yourself?
Okay, so I live on like the a kind of a double-edged sword. I'm super sentimental.
Yeah,
I'll carry something just because it's sentimental to me.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then again, on this in the same breath, nothing is sacred. And so I've noticed that I think that's where I started carrying a bag more often. So I've got a satchel, one of the nutsack satchels that I really like. And
Yeah.
the I'll try something out in my pockets actually all the time. And if I see like, okay, this is kind of handy, then but I know I don't use it a lot, it gets put in the bag. I like to not be super bulky. So uh
Yeah.
yeah, and so having a place to kind of put stuff, I've got a little toolkit built out in one of our EDC pocket pouches that just lives in my
Hmm.
bag. But like I was saying with that flashlight, like I carried it for probably a month. And I was like, okay, this is actually really convenient to have. I really like it, but it's bulky. So it got put in the backpack. And so, but still use it all the time. I just have to go get it. But the bag
Yeah,
goes
that's
with
one of the
me to the
things.
office, to home. Even if we're like out around town, sometimes I'll grab it, just bring it with me. I'll keep a camera in there too. If there's a cool like photo op with my kids, I'll pull my camera out and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Is it the Big Eye Design backpack?
If I'm on my motorcycle and I need to carry a bunch of stuff, I use
Yeah.
the TI EDC backpack. Or if I'm traveling, I use the EDC backpack. From that like day to day stuff, like I don't need that large of a. I don't even really need a backpack, so I use that little
Hmm.
satchel messenger bag. I like how it just fits to my body really small and it doesn't weigh hardly anything. I use it kind of like a large sling. Is how most people
Okay.
would use a sling bag. I like it because I can fit my camera in it, and if I
Yeah.
in a pinch, it'll fit my laptop. But I don't carry my laptop that much home from the office. With phones now, you can do
Yeah.
everything on your phone, so I can work from my phone if I need to.
Absolutely. I mean, and with cameras, speaking of cameras, I don't mean to get sidetracked here, but thanks to you, I got myself a DJI Osmo, and that's what I've been recording a couple of my videos with
Dude,
lately,
all my
and
social media
it's
stuff is the
awesome.
Oz. Yeah,
If you need an
that was
everyday carry camera, DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is the thing to go with.
it's super cool.
100%.
I really wish the well, quick camera tangent. I also like camera gear. I just like
Yep.
gear. You'll find out I just love all things gear. That's why I fit into this
Yeah.
category so well. I'm a gearhead. They're about to announce the Osmo Action 6, and
Yes.
if they put the focus modes from the Pocket 3 on the Osmo 6, it will be the perfect small EDC camera. Just mark my words.
Man. Action
I just
too,
bought the Canon
with it being an
PowerShot
action.
V1. I got the
Uh-huh.
new Canon kind of vlog centric camera, and I've actually loved it. I've been really happy with it. So that's been my bag carry. My EDC camera is that PowerShot V1.
I just been
Yep.
running and gunning with the DJI Osmo, and before that, I mean, actually, all the videos you see on YouTube, at least in like the last 2 years, has been a point and shoot Sony ZV-1.
Oh yeah, I almost got that one instead of the Canon.
Yeah,
I just know the Canon ecosystem because I have an R5 also.
there
So I
you
was like,
go.
all right, I already know the menus. I'm just gonna get the Canon. So and I've been really happy with it. So it's cool.
Nice, nice,
Yeah, took
awesome.
some good fall photos of my kids with it this past weekend. Just
Yeah,
pulled it out. I was like, hey, we're on the side of a road at an overlook over the mountains, and it's beautiful.
I'm a gearhead myself too, and
Hmm.
I think that's where you and I just jive really well with a lot of things that we talked about. And anybody in the EDC community, when you just start talking about something, it's like, hey, is that a? And then it turns into this
Oh,
whole rabbit hole.
dude, I can go down the rabbit hole with the best of them. So, been a musician since I was about 13, is when I first started
Uh-huh.
playing guitar, and immediately kind of fell in with the gear world. I ended up
Yeah.
selling gear for 10 years, sold music gear, guitars, PA systems, recording equipment, that kind of stuff. Like huge like guitar pedal nerd too. So I've always been huge into gear. I think I've owned like 95 guitars or something like that, some stupid
Woo!
amount. Yeah, I flipped them for a long time. It's just kind of a fun hobby, and I could make a little money doing it. I called it my playable savings account, and because I had no money in my savings account, I just had like 40 guitars.
And
Welcome to not being married. Yeah, and then I got married. I was like, all right, I'm gonna sell a bunch of guitars. Yeah, but then like, yeah, I'm into like camera gear. I'm a car guy. I love different like modding cars and working on them, and
Mhm.
I pride myself probably too much in the fact that I don't take my cars to mechanics. I just break them myself, and so, like I know just enough about them to fix most things and then break other things even more. I'm into using my smoker, smoking meats and stuff, and bought way too much gear for that.
you know,
It gets out of hand.
brought up something very important too that is a strong message just in the EDC gear community, and it's not about just acquiring the gear that you get. or that you happen to long for. It's knowing how to maintain it, how to handle it.
Yeah.
If it breaks, how to fix it. I think that's something that sort of gets lost in our community at times, where there's just so
Hmm.
much. And I talk about this in previous podcast episodes where there's too much of a desire to just chase that thing. But when you have that
Oh, for
thing, it's like
sure.
you don't know how to use it, or you're not using it the right way,
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, it's like
and
there's
that just
with
happens.
yeah, in anything there's the law of diminishing returns, right? Once you reach a certain point of really any niche, especially, we'll use pins for example. Like you hit that $100-ish range, $100 pin versus a $500 pin. There's not that much of a difference.
Right.
You've hit the law of diminishing return right around that $100-ish range, 120 maybe 130. But
Uh-huh.
once you break that kind of 250, unless you're just wanting it for the collectability side, we do the zirconium stuff, which is on deal of the week right now. I don't know when this video is going up, but zirconium's just kind of one of those like it's cool to have. But is it a better pin? No, it's the same pin. Yeah, so it's just kind of like everything has that law of diminishing return, and so we chase this 10%, and so we get to 90% so quickly in all these gear stuff that we chase after. The same thing with music gear. You get to 90 pretty quickly. And it's that last
Hmm.
10% that you will spend every dollar you've ever earned trying to get to it, right? And you'll
That's
never
right.
hit. I obviously don't
Yes.
know of a piece of equipment I could say is 100%. Yeah, so it's just that we chase stuff, man. We need to be a little more content sometimes. Yeah.
I agree. And you know, some like you work with gear all the time. I'm a
Hmm.
content creator. I get gear sent to me. So, you know, that's we have this edge a little where we get to experience and go through a lot of these different tools and
Hmm.
whatnot. But we also have that flip side to that coin where we may keep it and use it for our practical
Hmm.
daily use, or we may just not. Like it'll just
Uh
sit
huh.
in a tool
For sure.
cabinet or we give it away or what have you. But for the most part, it's about carrying what you need.
And what you like. It's like a lot of people, like, I think, get hung up on a lot of specs on stuff, especially in our industry. Well, this is like we love M390. M390 is one of our favorite blade steels, and so like in our
Yeah.
knives, it's like oh, if it were Magna Cut, I would get it. Well, no, no. Well, do you like the design? Like, do you like the way it looks? It's a knife's a knife's a knife. It could be a sharpened rock, and it's going to work. I always think like with a pocket knife in particular, and I may be alone in this, like I shop with my eyes 99% of the way. And then the last 1% is the feel. I don't care what the
Yes.
blade steel is, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go open cardboard with it in the warehouse. I might whittle a stick with my kid in the woods when we're camping. I'm not gonna need to resharpen this thing every 8 minutes. Yeah, so for me, 99%, like, does it look like something I would like? I've been around it enough now that like I know I can look at it and be like, oh, I'm gonna like the way that feels. Like I'm gonna like the way that handle is in my hands. Like when I'm actually using it, it's
Yeah.
actually gonna feel good. And then the 1% is like, okay, how's the action on it? If the
Right.
action's fine, cool. All right, I'm good to go. I rarely look up what a knife's blade steel is unless it's just written on the side. So
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
one
I
of those
mean, my
specs that I feel like it just doesn't matter to me personally as much as most people.
yeah. And it's like I got Magna Cut, and then it goes dull, and like, all right, hey, do you know how to sharpen
They
it
all
now?
do,
It's like,
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no.
I'm horrible at sharpening a knife. I've tried, and I just have to take it to our team. Luckily, we have a team of guys that know it like the back of their hand, and
There
so I
you
just be like,
go.
hey, I'll be down at the shop and be like, hey, you want to sharpen this thing for me real quick? Just throw it on that. It's a little dull.
Right.
Luckily, I don't have to sharpen my own knives. It's great. I
Nice.
hope that's a
Nice.
skill I never learn, just because I don't want to.
Yeah. You got the resources, man. You got the
Yep.
resources, so
I
that's
know,
what's
right?
important.
Yeah. And I do have some work sharp stuff that they've given me. That's one of the things for me. Gear is like, it's 99% aesthetic. How does it
Mm-hmm.
look? Am I attracted to it? Then, of course,
100%.
unfortunately, in today's world, it's like, does it look good in photos? That, that's part of it. I've noticed a merging of like the EDC world and the photography world, even more so than it
Yes.
was, say, 5 years ago. I'd say more people are into photography and EDC now than they were 5 years ago. Those two
Right.
hobbies have kind of gone hand in hand.
A lot of my friends that are photographers and EDC heads, at least I know, I mean, they're like content creators, but at the same time, they use their gear. Like, I know that
Hmm.
backside to it, but it's so easy to see that and then get sucked into it and just be like, oh, I'm going to buy it just for that picture. It's like, no, use it because
Oh
it
yeah.
sticks with you. I threw challenges out there where it's like, show me used gear, right? So, leather and arc, like, this is
Oh
nasty.
yeah. There you go.
Like,
Well.
look, it's all the lint from everything that's been in this MPU in my pockets. It's like,
Hmm.
but that's it. That's what my
Oh
carry
yeah.
has now
Yeah.
equal,
Like
and
you can
that's that.
see, like
Yeah.
This is what I call warehouse dust. It's actually not so bad today. I must have wiped it off recently. Uh, that's fresh dust. Yeah, I use literally anything. Like if it's a pocket knife, I'm going to use the pocket knife. So like
Right.
my TPT, like literally, I've had the same one for 6 years, and it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, so you can see where the stone washing has like shined up on it.
You
Like the
lost
stone
it
wash.
and found it, right? Is
I
that the one
did,
that you
yeah,
lost and
yeah,
found?
yeah. My I was opening Christmas gifts for my kids one year,
Uh-huh.
and I lost it. I guess it like got under the couch somehow or something. And like
Yeah.
6 or 8 months later, my son randomly walks in my bedroom. He's like, "Daddy, what is this?" I'm like, "My son."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I had picked up a different one that we had laying around. I was like, "It's just not mine. Like this isn't
Yeah.
my TBT." I get
No.
sentimental. Like if I ever lost that, it would be a bad day. Dad has a
Were
really
you
good
behind
story
the
with that.
design for the
No, so
TBT
that
slide?
actually predates me in the company.
Okay.
That came out. I want to say it was 2017. I started in 2019. So
So you're left-handed, right?
I am. Yep.
Because this is a left-hand friendly design.
Well, everything's left-hand friendly if you know how to use it. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I'm just talking about like the
yeah.
pocket clip and then taking it out and then
Well,
immediately having it ready.
yes, couple reasons for that. So the pocket clip being kind of more that left-hand side, this is kind
Uh-huh.
of the designed to be your knive's best friend. Most people are
There you go.
right-handed, they're going to carry their folder in their right pocket, they're going to carry this in their left pocket. This is the two is one, one is none. This is your two plus some multi-tools.
Yes.
I actually use this. I mean, you can see this blade is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I use this all day long in the warehouse, like opening boxes and moving stuff around. And even like talking about photographers, it's the best tripod tool ever.
100%.
Dude, I use this for a tripod every day.
This is
It's the
solid,
perfect
right?
tripod tool. And even we just came out with that new baseline field watch and that full
Yes.
titanium watch, $200 for a titanium watch. So if you already have one of these and our watch, they can work together. So that was like a must for us. We wanted that battery door to be easily opened and replaced since it is a battery driven watch. TPD slide will open your watch. Pretty cool. You don't have to have some specialty tool.
Your
Yeah.
gear
You
works
could do
for the
you could do
other
it with a
gear that you
dime.
sell.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you can
That
open that
that's
battery door with a
perfect.
dime if you need to. Yeah, in a pinch, you can change that battery anywhere.
I gotta check that out. I gotta check that
Yeah.
out. Like
Yeah.
your guys' baseline series, by the way, phenomenal. I'm gonna I
Awesome.
may have the capped in my cart right now
That's what I'm
to
carrying,
take it
man.
back.
The funny thing is, over the weekend, I was at Georgia Bushcraft, and
Yeah.
I had a Stonewash titanium one in my pocket, and it was actually one of the prototypes. And I got to talking to a guy for I love giving things away. We were talking about something, and I was like, I want you to have this. Without even thinking about it, and then I thought about it like an hour later. I'm like, oh no, that was a prototype. Like, oh crap, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't have given that away. Like, I'm like, was that one up to? Was that? I'm trying to think like what production or which prototype run was that from? Is it like up to spec? Is it bad? I don't remember. Yeah, so I was like second guessing myself, but I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's in the world. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you find yourself watching this video and you were gifted that cat
You are
pen,
lucky. You are lucky.
you got a prototype. You got a
Yeah.
prototype.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think I found him later and told him or something. So,
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
yeah, there was a long sleepless weekend. So it's a little foggy. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we talked about it a little bit. So the sale that you guys got going on, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Yeah. So our Black Friday event, we run it the whole month of November up until the very end of November. We will be running 20% off site wide. Black Friday 25 for the year, not for percentage. All caps, no spaces, just Black Friday 25,
Hmm.
20% off site wide. And then I'm also doing something new this year with weekly deals of the week. Yeah, so it's like what's something fun we could do? Like just gives us an excuse to talk about it more, which is always the challenge. And
Yeah.
so the first week we did our EDC backpack at 35% off, which is stupid. This is the cheapest we've ever run it. Right now it's zirconium pins for this week. Next week, when's this video going up?
I'm aiming for this weekend. It's my birthday weekend this weekend. So hopefully I can
Whoa,
get it
dude, happy
out.
birthday! Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So hopefully I can get it out
Everybody
by this
send Mikey
weekend.
$20. He'll
Yeah,
put his Cash App or whatever Venmo, whatever people use nowadays. I use PayPal because I'm old.
yeah.
So he'll put it below
That's
$20. So
smart.
everybody send Mikey $20.
I actually don't do that, but I may start. Like, buy me a coffee and I'll put my Cash App or whatever
There
Venmo
you
in
go, down
the
below for his birthday. It's
description
his
of the video.
birthday, guys. Come on, come on. Yeah, if I had
That's right.
Venmo, I'd do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
so
have it
that
really.
okay. So yeah, so Monday, the zirconium pins will run through end of this week, and then
Okay.
Monday, I'll go ahead and tell you now since it's going up. We're going to be doing brass and copper mini dual side clicks at 35% off. So you can get them,
Ooh.
whatever that math comes to, very quickly in my brain. 450 off of 7, so it'd be like 50-ish dollars, $55. Uh,
Before the 20%
oh
off.
no, no less than that. They'll be less than $50. They're 70
Yeah.
normally. 35% off of that is $24.50 off. 24.50, so 45.50 if that math is
Wow.
right. So
Wow.
yeah,
For
with free shipping, lifetime warranty, stupid deal. So
That's
I hope
crazy.
they don't last long. So we don't have that many of them, but that's the next deal.
Hey, you guys heard it here first. You guys heard it here
Dude,
first.
crazy price. Yeah, and I have a couple options for the final one for at the end of the month, but I haven't quite landed on it yet. But
All right.
that's too far anyway. Just sign up for our newsletter. Yeah. Or
Nice. Okay.
I'll do a. I've been doing Instagram reels to announce them too. So just follow our
Yeah.
Instagram. It'll be on there.
I always love these end of the year sales that you guys got going on. And then after shows, when you guys have the open box events, favorites.
Yeah, dude. The open box of it, man. We just like we just have a fun day with it. So it's like
Yeah.
we've started just doing a stupid video because videos are fun. Then it normally turns into a play day for the team. We'll typically take some of the funds from the open box event, like the sale, and then we'll either buy something fun for the office to, something we all want to, have around. One year we took everybody to a Braves baseball game. We've talked about doing a Dollywood trip
Nice.
with it. We use that as kind of like some fun money for the team. So we always
Oh,
do
that's
something fun.
awesome.
This year, this past one, we bought a racing sim for the TV. So we have a PlayStation. So we
Yeah.
bought like the whole like steering wheel, pedal, shifter, the whole seat and everything. And we
Sick.
bought and that and an espresso machine. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
This,
which I made myself a fancy coffee just a minute ago. It's great.
look, so these are, no, you guys sent me that. You guys sent me, this is from Open Box. This
Oh,
is a
nice.
brass Pocket Pro.
Oh, heck yeah. Dude, oh, speaking of
So,
Pocket Pro, literally before we jumped on this call, I just launched a USA made TI Pocket Pro. Huge deal. I have a bunch of content I got to go post here in a few minutes. We opened a machine shop here in Chattanooga in 2023. So this is our first titanium pen made in the States.
nice.
It's a pretty big deal. And
Yeah.
so I think we're kind of underplaying how big of a deal it truly is. Yeah, I'm just telling myself I got to hype it up more because it's pretty awesome. So we're running them in batches. Like this one, I think we have 100 available right now. So I
Hmm.
doubt they'll last the next 2 days, if that. Well, we've got a bunch of them in progress, but we have 100 finished. So that was kind of what we were shooting for to launch them. So it's been a big learning curve running titanium on a lathe uh,
Hmm.
because we have 3 Swiss lathes now, and so the Pocket Pro is the first one to kind of get the U.S. stamp, which is pretty awesome.
Nah, that's
Pretty big deal.
cool.
Been a long time coming.
And that's just scratching the surface with that pen alone. And the USA Lookout, I hopped on that immediately when
Oh,
you
dude,
guys
yeah.
stocked up
I
on
keep
that.
a USA lookout. I've got a Magna Cut one with my Carta scales. Speaking of that, titanium scales will be done
Ooh,
next week, maybe, like
yeah,
very soon. Like it's, I mean, honestly, Chad's at the shop right now. He might be bringing them back today. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to run down there this week. It's unfortunately 20 minutes away. It's just far enough where you can't just pop over every day, which I would love to.
right.
But working more and more towards kind of what our bread and butter is. We started that shop out doing things that were different materials from what we're doing with our standard line,
Hmm.
just to kind of very easily between the two. But of course, the brand's built on titanium, and so it's like, all
Yeah,
right, okay, we need to buckle down on titanium.
yeah.
And so yeah, the US TI Pocket Pro, man, it's pretty exciting. So
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'll keep a lookout for
me
that
too.
as well, and I'll blast it wherever I can. But Brantley, thank you so much for tuning in to being my first guest on Not Another EDC podcast on the Mikey Daily Carry channel here on YouTube. I just want to roll that red carpet out for you. Any lasting plugs that you want to throw out, or any lasting remarks that you want to throw out to the EDC community and whatnot?
Man, I think I mean give us a follow on all the platforms. It's just Big I Design everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook technically, but I just post to Facebook through Instagram because it's Facebook. And I think we're on TikTok now too, which is weird. Yeah, anywhere on socials, whatever. It's all Big Eye Design. We do a weekly vlog too, which is always a lot of fun. It's just us kind of being
Yeah,
idiots talking about projects. And so every Friday I post a vlog. And yeah, be good to each other. Have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. Enjoy your life. That's all I got. Be good to your family. Be good to your kids. Give
there we
Mikey a
go.
follow. Cash app him $20 right now. It's his birthday. Come
Yeah,
on.
right.
It's his
I
birthday.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. You right? Well, hey, I'm sure I'm going to see you in a next upcoming show or what have you. Maybe I plan a trip to go visit you guys over in Chattanooga. That's going to be super
Dude, please.
awesome.
Yes. Anytime.
And
Anytime.
we'll
Open
link up
door.
very soon. All right.
Heck yeah.
Well, I appreciate
Let's
you,
do it.
Brantley.
All right,
Thank you
dude.
so
Always
much.
a pleasure. You're the best.
Peace out.